Central TV. She here to give you the best. Come and listen, everybody, to Central TV. We here to give you the best. Come and listen, enjoy the show. Come and listen to Central TV. We the best in time. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Central TV. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Central TV. Veronica the boss for Central TV. She here to give you the best. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Central TV.
I love to
Central TV is here. We here to inform you, listen and be inspired. Central TV is here. We the best now in time. Listen and be inspired. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Central TV. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Central TV. Veronica the boss for Central TV. She here to give you the best. Come and listen, everybody, to Central TV. We here to give you the best. Come and listen, enjoy the show. Come and listen to Central TV. We the best in time. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Central TV. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Central TV.
Veronica the boss
for Central TV.
Leadership Dialogue.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Central TV.
I love
Central TV is here. We here to inform you, listen and be inspired.
Want to say welcome to Central TV. This is special edition of the Leadership Dialogue. Today, our guest in studio is Mrs. Nelson Siawe McCabe. She is a two-term vice president for UNICO National, and currently she is a presidential candidate for this election coming this weekend. This weekend, every Nevadian in the United States will be going to Des Moines, and we will be electing new code of officers. And Mrs. Nancy Siawe McCabe is one of our candidates. We want to say welcome to the studio, Mrs. McCabe. Just greet our audience and introduce herself.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm honored to be here at this hour to talk to you, my people, the people of Nimba, and our friends and associates. My name is, once again, Nasa Siawe McCabe. I am married to my sweetheart, Mr. James Tama McCabe from Lopa County, and we reside here in Columbus, Ohio, the Buckeye State. As my host previously mentioned, I'm a two-time vice president of UNICO National. I serve with Mr. Samuel Wogbeji since 2022. And here we are
Okay, I think this is your second time in our studio, and want to say we are honored on behalf of the CEO, Mr. Santi R. Grams, and other hosts of this platform. We want to say we are honored to have you in our studio, especially when it comes to discussing leadership, especially when it comes to discussing the people of Liberia, yeah, Nima County. So we want to tell you we are honored, Mrs. McCabe. Today you are going to be on the third seat. We call it hard seat leadership dialogue. We're going to
That's
be asking
okay.
some questions. Um, the previous day when you were here in the capacity as vice president for UNICO National, but at
Hmm.
present you are sitting in the seat of a presidential candidate of the upcoming election in Des Moines, where we all will be flying and driving there to make a decision. They give
Okay.
me a few questions to ask you. We know time at this, your engagement and series of meetings, so we're not going to hold you here for long. We just want for the Liberia people, the Nima County people to know one of our presidential candidates. And again, we say our platform open for every other candidate who want to come and tell the Liberian people whatever on the platform before we get to Des Moines, because some people are still on the chain. I still sitting on the fence. Some people are not making a decision. Again, if you are joining us, this is Central TV. Today we are on special edition of the Leadership Dialogue. I am your host, Veronica Grams, and in studio with me is Mrs. Nelson Siawe McCabe. I try to pronounce Mr. McCabe name very good.
Good.
This is McCabe. Why should members of UNICO National trust you after serving two-term vice president? Why do you think we should trust you to give you the gavel of the highest seat of UNICO in the diaspora, especially in the United States?
Wonderful. Great question, Mrs. Grams. Thank you for that question. I have been close to that seat of presidency for the last 4 years. I have seen up close leadership at its best.
Okay.
I have worked with the president, push his agenda, which is development in Nimba, and also, well, development in Nimba and the good for the good of UNICO. Over the last 3.5, almost 4 years now, I think I am well equipped, prepared to take the next seat and hit the ground running. I would not learn on the job. I would be working from day one.
So, like the American people or every job, people go to the eyes of experience. So, you are already experienced in the position in which you want to occupy, which is a higher seat.
I
Of,
bring experience. Yes, I bring experience not just from my vice presidency, but other experiences as a community leader in other organizations like the Lofa Association, the county from which my husband hails, our local EULA chapter, 5 years, almost 6 years, cheerleader for the Women Way. And I took it from where it was dying and revitalized it, and it became a real booming. And we named our women win the phenomenal women because based on the job we were doing and the leadership that I brought to the table back then. So I bring vast leadership experience. My work speaks for itself. That, like you mentioned, in the American world, my resume is there, it's proven.
as an equipment vice president, what have you accomplished so far for which you want to convince the NEMA people to give you, to also trust you for another term? What accomplishment can you show us with your outgoing president or your current president that you can convince the society or the audience that yes, this is our achievement, this is what we accomplished, this is what we did, this is what we did, to convince somebody who doesn't really understand the internet, who does not go to read stuff on the other? What have you guys done in simple Liberian English?
Wonderful question. Oh, we have accomplished a lot, and I will name a few for time's sake. Number one, all of us, not just this administration, we just happen to be in the leadership seat, but our baby signature project that came from one president, that came through two presidents and got to us. We the third,
Okay.
the Women Empowerment Center. That was once a dream, has become reality. The building is up right outside of Gompa City. It's built in a little town called Domapa.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, this administration, with collaboration with a local chapter, built a school, an elementary school in a same town called Domapa.
Okay.
What we learned when we took over, that town had no school. The kids walked to another town called Ningbe.
Yeah, I know
And,
that.
and there were several accidents. Bikes were hitting children. A truck hit a child and killed the child. So when we came to power, when we went to our land that was right across from Domapa, the town people came and presented the situation. So we said we'll look into it. When the president returned to the United States, he asked all the chapters, say, this is what I call small impact project, while we work on the big project, which is the women empowerment. Who is willing? Which chapter is willing to build this school? The Minnesota chapter, under the leadership of Victoria Sandolo Zulu, took on that project. The school is up and running. That's number two accomplishment. Number three is the First Lady's project. We took medical supplies, school supplies, and we traveled to towns and villages, various districts, and distributed those items to kids, less privileged kids. We gave to them. Also, when we one more, as personally as a vice president, when we took office, I said, since UNICO was established, the funders of UNICO, our trailblazer, had anybody say thank you to them? There was not one done since 1979. I said that would be my project as a vice president. You were there, you were my MC.
Yeah.
And you saw how wonderful that project was. I spearheaded that. I asked the president, he said, go ahead, do it. And because of that, the funders are really happy that somebody recognized their effort and gave back to them.
And what I really admire about that program that you just mentioned was you did not just recognize the living funder, you also recognize funder who have gone across.
Who have gone, exactly. We put their pictures on the table and their family were invited and they were all there. And for that, the elders are still grateful today. They're grateful. So these are some of the accomplishments we have had in the union.
Oh, great, Mrs. McCabe. While answering your questions, you just reminded me of another question. We see the healthcare system in Liberia. In the healthcare system in Liberia, we don't want to buy mock it because sometimes it's a situation. I tell people, when you're not in the shoe, you don't know how much tight the shoe is. But as a nurse by profession, what you have a lot of nurses in UNICO, what will you do different to improve the healthcare system in Liberia? I'm saying Liberia because we have hospitals that we don't even have to carry supplies, but just to have education. Because sometimes when you listen to a lot of people, they say the professionalism of the healthcare nurse, the nurses on the phone and all this stuff. I mean, as a presidential candidate, if you win this seat, what will you do to improve the healthcare system in Liberia in terms of professionalism?
Good question. This is one question that is dear to my heart. I discussed it with somebody today. Currently, I serve in a role as a nurse educator here in the United States. So I believe in education. It is because of lack of education or knowledge, our people are needlessly dying. So my first goal is to my first goal I will start small because I'm a realist. I love to crawl before I walk. I like to bite small so that I'll be able to swallow. So my
Okay.
first goal is it will be in the Women Empowerment Center. I'm
Okay.
planning, one of my plans is to teach firsthand customer service to our nurses. You know, when you are sick, when you don't feel well, the way people talk to you alone can help start your healing process.
Yeah.
Okay? So if our nurses in Liberia know how to talk to the patient and their family, that's the beginning of the healing process before you even get to the medical part of it. So customer service will be taught, and then we'll go from there to nurse actual skill training. I was not in Unico. When I was a bedside nurse, I had a group of nurses that wanted to come with me to Nimba, to the JF, Jassy Ebdo hospital in Tapeta. I
Yes, I
wanted,
yeah.
yes, to go teach, but the road was bad. That was the only reason we did not go. Now we got a paved road. I am planning again to take group of nurses to go and do a little hands-on training or have the nurses listen to us and hear how we do it here in the United States as a beginning of the education that I will plan to provide.
So let me ask you, currently, do we have a health committee within within Unico?
Absolutely, we do. And the one of my opponent on this race is a co-chair of that committee.
Okay. Good,
But
good,
the,
good. Yeah.
since that committee was established and they had the chair lady and the co-chair lady, they have not worked a day, not one day.
Oh,
Because I'm
mm,
ex-official on every committee. I'm
yeah.
ex-official. And I have not heard about one meeting on that committee. But we will revamp that committee when I come to power by God's grace.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, we talk about the healthcare sector. We also need to talk about the educational sector when it comes to the educational sector in Liberia.
Hmm.
When it comes to higher education, even let's start with elementary education.
Hmm.
What plan do you have on your platform for our children? Because our people have a problem that the fish can start spoiling from the head. If
Yes.
the children don't have foundation and they just think that okay, the child failed, my parents will go beg the teacher and succeed, that will go with them all the way to the university. So
Correct.
what plan do you have in your platform to improve the educational system in Liberia?
Okay. So we will partner with education head. Right now, since Dr. Gono took over the college in San Nicolas, I look for her number and I have been trying to get hold of her
Oh,
to
she
show.
went back to St. College?
Yes,
Oh, okay. I
yeah,
know she
she's the
okay.
president now.
Oh, good.
And somebody gave me two numbers. I've been calling the two numbers, but I haven't gotten the answer. Why am I seeking to talk to her? I want to share ideas with her. And then she can share me, get me in the right direction because I've been out of Liberia for a long time. So I need to go through people that actually on ground and share
Mhm.
my ideas, my dreams, what I have. Currently, our education committee that we established when we came to power, the McCabe administration, what we have
Mhm.
been doing is giving out scholarship for the kids that want to go to college and what they want to do. And we have criteria that they have to meet before they get a scholarship. We're not just handing scholarship because you're a Nibayan. You
No.
have to meet a certain GPA. You have
Yes.
to have a career in mind. And all these things are in place right now. Going last year, we awarded 14 scholarships for the young people to go to college. But now the question you ask coming back to it, yes, we're taking care of the college student, but what can we do for the elementary or the middle school children? And that's what we need to have. We need to talk to people that are in the field of education,
Okay.
see what ideas they can give us to to train our teachers that are giving our babies the foundation. Because if you don't have good educational foundation, you will not succeed at a higher level.
Definitely. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Again, if you are joining us, this is Central TV, or this is special edition of the Leadership Dialogue. We are in studio with Mrs. Nessa Siawe McCabe. Mrs. McCabe is a two-term vice president of Unico National, and currently she is a presidential candidate, and she's in a hot seat of Central TV. We are asking a few questions. Our line is open. We have a WhatsApp line. You can call if you have a few questions to ask Mrs. McKay, and she will be very happy to answer.
That's
Mrs.
right.
McKay, we see that this election that we are going to is a very much hot election. It's competitive. We can see
Right.
the energy too strong. We see the anxiety. I mean, we know that after the election, there will be a lot of feelings. What will you do if you win? If you press Victoria, what will you do to bring the unity, the Nima people back together again?
Good question. Unity, I think people say it loosely, but we must understand it. Because if you're not willing from within
Hmm.
to be united or to be unified as a community, you can say it all you want.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. And we know that united we will stand, divided will fall. It's a very simple common saying, but it
Yeah.
is strong and powerful. I remember my great uncle used to send us out, say, y'all go gather pieces of stick and bring it. He would take one stick and easily break it. He said, see how easy it was to break that? We say, yes. He put all the sticks that we bring in and put it together. He tried to break it, it won't break. He
It
said,
will break.
because there's force in there, they're together. So, Nima County, my people, my great people, we are great, we are warriors. But let our war be how we can come together. That Nima Kante will one day, which is one of the cause of my being, to bring out, to bring forth a president for United States. We can only do that if we come together, stand together. How am I going to unify people? Come back to your question.
Mhm.
I will first do my round via phone or in person and talk to people. And they say it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah.
Your words alone can put out fire.
Hmm.
So that is my one of my goals. I will try to get with people, sit down with people, listen to them. I will listen with intention, and I will try my best to be slow to speak. Let me hear my people, see how they feel, and we all work together, work a plan that we can go past what had happened, what was said during campaign.
In the past, we see that the unique leadership in like in America have really been involved into our caucus, let's say, setting a dispute among our representatives or even our political leaders in Nima County.
Mhm,
In recent time, I see it was a little bit slower, especially when that whole issue between Senator Konga and Vice President Kuhn, even though it
mhm,
was not fiction, but we know that openly there was no misunderstanding there.
mhm,
We expected UNICO to intervene, but we did not see anything there. If you win as a president,
mhm,
what will be your involvement in the NEMA? I know you will say I'm not a legislature, I understand. But as
mhm,
a county-based organization in a diaspora, if you win as a president, what will
mhm.
be your leadership involvement into Nima County dispute, Nima County development, and setting or uniting our caucus?
Good question. Thank you for that question. So, although the General Assembly did not see UNICO involvement in that dispute you're talking about, but
Mhm.
UNICO did. UNICO did behind the scene.
Okay.
Behind the scene, we make calls and we listen to both sides of the story. And we try to put in place a liaison who could talk to them and they
Okay.
can listen to those people effectively instead
Mm-hmm.
of us coming out and doing it publicly. We did work behind the scene, and that's the same kind of a mediation process I would do as a leader.
Uh-huh.
There's a problem with among our caucus in NIMBA. UNICO would be there. UNICO voice would be heard. We would not just let it go, not because we're not legislators, but they will hear from us. And before they hear from us, we will pull our General Assembly and see
Uh-huh.
is this okay that we go forward and intervene. We're not just going to go in as leader to do it. We will hear from our General Assembly what they want us to do, and we'll go and do it.
What is your biggest criticism of Unico today? What are people criticizing you guys for your leadership? Because I know in every leadership, everybody will not hear you. What are
Oh,
some criticisms are you guys getting as leaders of Unico?
oh, there's several, my dear. That's a good question. People said that we're not transparent. We didn't give financial report on time. But every program we've had, right after that program, we gave financial report. So what we were slow in bringing was the comprehensive financial report. It was because we were waiting for pledges, whatever that was hindering us to give them comprehensive financial report. So they just generalized it and criticized us for not giving financial report instead of adding the term or the and say comprehensive. They say, oh, this administration don't give financial report. They must be eating our money, you know. But there were always financial report given after every event. But finally, we were able to get everything that we wanted, and we did give a comprehensive financial report. But yeah, that's one of the biggest ones so far. There are other little things they talk about, but the biggest one was financial report.
Okay. Um, what do you, I mean, what would be your plan for young people? A young person just email, just text. Say, ask the incoming president, what's her plan for young people in UNESCO? We have the chairman, the board members, we have everything. Will you have you representation on your
Yes,
executive, even though it's not like letter position, but will you have you representation in your leadership?
absolutely. Look at my vice president. Very young, very young. If I'm not mistaken, he's in his 30s.
Mhm.
So before I brought him board, I said, because I want youth to be heavily involved in this administration, I will have you work and be head of the youth. Recruit our youth, our young people.
Mhm.
And we will have we have a plan where youth will have seminar or retreat where
Okay.
the youth go and sit and talk with the vice president because they can relate to him. He's at their level and
Mhm.
they could tell him what they want to see happen. But we will
Yeah.
have a youth wing to answer your question. We will have, and the vice president will spearhead that.
So if there's something that you have to change while you were in leadership, what would be that one thing that you are going to you are going to change, or you will change, or you could change
I
in your
got a
leadership?
bucket list. I got a bucket list of things that that I want to change. First, I'm going to have a strong constitution committee. We do have one now, but to my knowledge, they have not done what I really would like to see happen.
Yeah.
There's some part of our constitution that need amending. It's going to be amended. That's one of my how we vote.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, something like having chapter roster presented before going to election, so
Hmm.
that will prevent cheating. All
Yeah.
of this will be put in place. So that's just the part of things that I want to change first. And then second to that, and second thing I want to change is the time of the event of the convention. It's highly graduation time. People are split. Oh, I got my child graduating. I got to go to Unico convention. As a result, people don't come. A lot of people this season, they're going to graduation. They're not going to be there.
That is a Memorial Day weekend too, right?
Yes. Yeah, yeah. And things are very expensive. So we got to work for our people. Even though we want to do development in Nimba, also one of my focus would be our people in the diaspora, how well we can take care of their immediate needs. And that's one of the things we're going to look at. Changing Ekima doing the boy election last time, but they haven't really implemented it, and we will work to implement it where people will be able to pick up and come to a convention without worrying about a school. Last
So,
convention, my son graduated. I came from his graduation, dropped him off at home, ran to the airport. And I didn't stay to have a party with him. Ran to Minnesota. That should not be happening.
that's true. I mean, honestly, why it's true. I really love Unico. If any of my children graduating, I can say boldly, I'm not going to
I'm not
skip
going to
this
be
graduation.
there. Yeah.
That's a milestone in their life.
In their life. They want to remember their parents being there for them.
Exactly. Wow. I mean, how will you deal with corruption and favoritism in your leadership?
Well, when we find out, in every organization, even in the great United States, there is corruption and there's favoritism. But we, as much as you cannot completely eliminate it, but you can minimize it.
Yeah.
Meaning, if you find out somebody is doing such thing, if they're even in a appointed position, we have to get rid of them. If they're in elected position, we take them to the board in collaboration with the board directors, and the assembly will get rid of that person.
Again, if you are joining us, this is Central TV. Central TV, this is a special edition of the Leadership Dialogue. We are in studio with Mrs. Nancy McCabe. Mrs. McCabe is a two-term Unico Vice President, and she is a presidential aspirant for this coming election. This weekend, all Nevada in the United States will be heading to Des Moines to select or elect new leadership. Mrs. McCabe, I want to ask you a question. What makes you different? What separates your vision from your opponent's vision?
Good question again. What made me different? What set me apart? It's because I'm a sitting vice president. I said that before, and I have learned. I have learned the rope. I have learned how to lead, and I'm not going to be doing onboarding. When we hire people on the job, right? They got to go for training. They call it onboarding. I'm not going to be doing that. I'm not going to be wondering, oh, what next? Because I know what next. I've been with the president, and then I know, based on that, what I've learned from there and my own leadership style, that will make me prepared and ready to go. So what made me different? I am prepared. Why do I think my opponent's not prepared? Where have they been? Yeah, they've been here and they seen, some of them must be in Unico, and some of them must have their own little organization. But to lead our people, I've been there for 4 years at the national level. That's a different beast than doing it at the local level, because I was a vice president here at the local level. So that set me apart from my opponent. I'm ready. I've been there 4 years in the second seat. I'm ready to take the driver. The main driver is tired now, so the second driver is taking over.
Again, this is Unico special edition. This is Central TV special edition of the Leadership Dialogue. I'm your host, Mrs. Veronica Grimes. In studio is Mrs. Nancy Siawe McCabe, she is a presidential aspirant. And we are all heading to Des Moines to make a decision. Again, our number, Leon, you can put the number on the dashboard. If you have any question, you want to, we have 5 minutes to shut down this show because she has another meeting. She has another engagement. So you have any question, you can call on our WhatsApp number, and she will be happy to answer these questions. Again, somebody just asked, yeah, Mrs. McKay, how well do you know your vice presidential candidate?
Very well. Very well. Since 2022, when they came here to, I've known him for 4 years, 2022. When they came here for our election, somebody pointed him to me and said, you see that young man now dancing over there? I said, yes, sir. He's undecided. He don't know whether he want to vote for us or vote for our opponent. I said, okay, thank you. I'm going to have him vote for us. They say, how are you going to do that? I said, give me time. I'm going to go have a conversation with him. I had a conversation with him. I introduced myself. He introduced himself to me, and we talked. And he said, okay, we'll see what happens. Okay, we won the election. From there on, our first convention, I had the opportunity to pick who's going to be the MC for that convention. I called him. I said, I want you to be my MC. And everybody said, why? Why you want you to be MC? I said, because that's who I want to be MC. Why did I do that? Because he was young. And I always, like I told you earlier, I'm interested in young people coming in. Like I've heard over the years, so young people, when I talk to them, when I invite them to you, oh, we thought it was just for old people. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I said, no, it's not just for old people. The people that are old in Unico now, they were once young like you.
Yeah.
When they established the thing and they've been there so long, they have gotten old, their age, now they're tired. We need you to come on board. So I started mentoring him then. He did an MC job for me at that convention. He did excellent. When the PYJ passing happened, the funeral, he was in Liberia. They said, who can we have to be the head of our delegate? I once again recommended him. When he returned to America, they were having problem establishing their local chapter in Indiana. He called on me. He said, I look at you like now my mentor. We're having struggle with this chapter. We need your help. Every week, him and I was on the phone. We were planning, strategizing. I said, if you want me to come down, I would come down in a heartbeat. So that's how long I've been knowing him. Now the chapter is up and running. And he awarded me for spearheading that. So that's how long I've known him. He's ambitious. He's full of energy. He is humble, very humble. Okay, young as he is, a family man.
Well, Mrs. McKay, we have a caller on the line for you. Hello, caller. Welcome to Central TV. What's your question to our guest in studio?
Thank you very much, Madam Graham. My name is Kou Gloria Foka Moluba, and I'm calling from the battleground state of Iowa. And I'm calling because I'm leading towards the Team McCabe. And the Team McCabe is headed by the incoming president in studio with you today. So I was just calling to be a support and commend her that the battleground state of Iowa is all yummy towards Team McCabe. And we are here and waiting for her, and we are preparing. And history is going to be made in Iowa. We're going to be bringing forth a female president for Unico for 2 years, because looking at her platform and her leadership, it's a leadership that is leading towards bringing out young brains. Looking at the caliber of people on her team, they are all just people that we all going to be working with. Like the vice president you guys just talking about, a young man. So I mean, he's the direct uncle to me. So we all here in the battleground state of Iowa just yawning and celebrating to elect and make history. And history is going to be made in Des Moines, Iowa. And like I said, I'm going for the battleground state of Iowa, and I'm going to be there live to elect a female president. And Mrs. Nessa and Yukuyu McCabe. And we are all celebrating. Like I said, my whole horse is yamming towards Team McCabe. And we are going to elect them and make history. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Mowa, for calling the studio. That was a promotion call for our guest studio. Again, if you want to, we have 3 minutes to get for Mrs. McCabe to leave. If you have any question, you can call. That call was done by Mrs. Somebody calling. That call was done by Mrs. Gloria Voga Mowa, and she is supporting and promoting our guest in studio. And she's saying that just to have it informed, the lady we just called Chapel will be hosting the conference. So again, that was a promotion call for you, Mrs. McCabe.
I'm so happy. Thank you, Miss Maruba. Thank you. And I will quote Miss Maruba. She's voting for a team that is prepared and ready.
Again, Mrs. McCabe, there's another call for you. Welcome to Central TV. This is Central TV online platform that balances the news. And in studio today, we have Mrs. Nancy Siawe McCabe, two-term vice presidential candidate. Vice president for Unico National and currently a presidential aspirant for this coming election. What's your question?
Oh, really? I don't have a question. I was calling just as the former caller did to express my support for her candidacy. My name is Dr. Sam Brown, and I have been part of Unico since 1996. I'm one of the old heads they talk about. And I want to say that this particular team is well composed. Mr. McCabe is sitting at the head table of a team, a very successful team that has been working assiduously for the last 4 years and want to continue to work. So I think it will be in Unico's best interest to maintain this team until it has exhausted its resources. This team is one team that has been able to raise hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hundreds. I'm not talking about tens, I'm hundreds. So you cannot have a team like that and then some people pop up and be talking about it's their time. I support this team 100%, and I can guarantee after the election, when she wins, we're going to take Unico to the next level in the county. She has support and the support of all my family and friends and all the resources that we bring to the table.
Well, thank you for calling to the studio, Dr. Pan. Will you be in Des Moines?
Oh, definitely, definitely. When y'all get there, y'all will see me there.
So you're going to be one of our first person because the platform will be there. We'll be covering the show. Central TV will be there. Therefore, you'll be one of our guests that will be interviewed for at least 5 minutes when we get there. So you can really tell people what, because we don't have time right now. I have a few questions to ask you, but we don't have time right now. We'll ask those questions in Des Moines, and you will be telling us details. So maybe during a meet and greet, if you give the platform the opportunity, we will just have 5 to 10 minutes conversation with you. Again, we want to say thank you for calling Central TV.
I will be delighted.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Pan.
Okay, again, other people trying to call. We are caught up with time. Mrs. McCabe will also have the opportunity to answer a few questions. I know they will have a little debate, and we will be covering the debate, so she will have opportunity to answer a few questions in Des Moines. Mrs. McCabe, we want to say thank you for always honoring our invitation, and we will be there in Des Moines to cover the entire election. Central TV, our CEO, I already approved us that yes, we can go and cover the entire stadium, election and conference. And again, the Ways and Means Committee through Dr. Somo has also authorized us to cover the entire conference. But what last word do you have to tell your follower? What last word do you have to tell? No, before your last word, just let misunderstanding about the Queen contest, the participation of the Queen, the contestant from Minnesota. I learned that she was disqualified, and I also learned from Dina TV today why the executive members of Minnesota are going to court to sue the national. What do you have to say about that?
I'm saddened by that. Why am I saddened? Because we talked about unity earlier. This union that our forefathers, our ancestors put together, and people like Dr. Kwan, who just spoke, came along and pick up the torch and took it on until before people like me came on the scene to work. Why are we trying to destroy our union? Currently, this union, the United Nimba Citizen Council, UNICO, is the strongest, I repeat, county organization in the diaspora.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And we, the Nimbayans, are fighting hard to destroy that. And if we're not careful, some other county will come and take the lead. Okay? So what's going on right now? Although I'm the ex-official on every committee, I want to choose to be silent because why? I'm a presidential candidate.
Okay.
And that's the smart thing to do. But if I have anything else other than that to say, I will beg my people, both sides of the coin,
okay,
to lay down our weapon and cease fire, not for our own egos, but for the sake of UNICO.
Yeah.
So that UNICO is not second to anybody. UNICO should be number one and always number one.
Yeah. Yeah. So I agree with your opinion. Being a presidential aspirant, you need to be careful what you say, especially in being leadership in part of the executive. I mean, your response to this is just exactly what I expected. I will try to see if I can get the organizing team of the Queen contest. I talked to Vicky Laporte today, who is a Queen for Minnesota chapter, and I will also try to engage her to see if we can get 10 to 15 minutes talk from her, because I don't know whether we can be able to get a president. But anyway, like you said, all we have is Nima County. We should put Nima County first and put ourselves second.
Yeah.
We want to say thank you, and we'll give you the opportunity to just tell us your parting word, what you have to tell us heading to Des Moines, in terms of anything you want to tell us.
Thank you so much, Sandra TV. I am honored to have this opportunity to come here today and speak to the people of Nimba. I want to say thank you, my audience, for listening. Those of you online listening, I want to thank you for taking time to come and listen to what we have or what I have to say. I used one of our elders' word. Nimba County is all we have. And then I use my own word. Nimba County is our common denominator. The Ma, the Dan, the Kran, the Mandingo, the Pele, the Bassa, the B, all of us from Nimba. Yeah. Regardless of what we speak, Nimba County is all we have.
I agree.
And Nimba County is becoming stronger and stronger in Liberia.
Yeah.
If we destroy it based on power, greed, and say, oh, I'm stronger than you, see what I can do to you, who's going to regret it? our children. Because when two elephants fight,
The grass suffer.
thank you. Who the grass? Our children.
Yeah.
If we destroy Nimba, we're destroying our children. We want our children, even though some of them are born here, raised here, we want them to learn about our culture. My daughter was born here, raised here. She went to Nimba for Liberia for the first time a couple of years ago. And she loved Liberia, even though I was complaining, oh, it's not where you grew up. It's all different now. She said, Mom, what are you talking about? I love the place. And because of my daughter, I took on a little project there so that she, plus her other sibling, can have a place to go for vacation. Instead of going to Europe to boost their economy, they can go to Liberia and spend their money there.
Good.
So, Nima Kante, that's all I want to lead UNICO now for community of leadership, the development of the president that I have worked with closely over the last 4 years, the vision, the goal, the mission that he has that align with mine. I want to continue that vision. Okay? So that Nima Kante stays strong. I'm begging the people of UNICO in Nima Kante, let us not destroy what we have. So I leave you today and say, come to Des Moines, May 22nd to the 24th. Let's have good time. Meet and greet Friday night. And listen to our debate. You'll have the opportunity to ask us questions. And then you have a good time during the ball. And then Sunday morning, you go and elect your next leader. You guys are the stakeholder. You got the last say. Elect somebody who is ready from day one to hit the ground running and not learning on the job.
Yeah.
So I ask you all to come to Des Moines, Iowa, and have a very good time. I always say when the Nimbarians get together, it's electric. Yeah. So come on down. Thank you.
Again, we want to say we are honored to have you in our studio, and thank you for honoring our invitation. We will be in Des Moines. The platform will be in Des Moines. We'll be covering everything. Again, this is Central TV. We are here for everybody. We are non-political, non-religious. We are, we are just for everybody. So if anybody want to have an interview, let us know. When we have the opportunity, we have the time, we will do it together. We want to say thank you on behalf of our CEO, Mr. Cynthia Grams, and other hosts. Our schedule is every Wednesday. We have the women out. No, we are inside Liberia, where we have our host, Miss Vivian Cole. We'll be giving updates from Liberia. Sometimes we have the police spokesman in the studio and giving an update on things we don't know. And Thursday is the power of her. We have a powerful woman, Arizona Grosty Thomas Grams. She comes to educate women and tell women we have high self-esteem. We can make it better and tell us how important we are. And on Friday, we have the youth prime time where the young people come together and talk about the importance of education, youth leadership, and all this. On Saturday, we have the leadership dialogue or general discussion. And Sunday, we have Reverend John Zebedee Doba who come to preach the gospel to us. Again, our schedule, we want to say thank you for following Central TV. You can subscribe to us. You can call us anytime. We are open for correction. We are open for addition and subtraction. This is how we close the curtain for the special edition of the Leadership Dialogue. Thank you for following us, and we will see you in Des Moines.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Central TV is here. We the best now in time. Listen and be inspired. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Central TV. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Central TV.